London went from business as usual to emergency mode in a matter of hours, streets sealed, police deployed, and a protest exploding faster than anyone expected. Welcome to Power and Policy UK, the channel where breaking UK news, political power moves, and policy decisions collide. We cut through the noise to bring you the stories shaping Britain right now. Breaking news is unfolding across the United Kingdom as London experiences a rapid and dramatic security response following the sudden escalation of anti-migrant protests that erupted earlier today. What began as scattered demonstrations has intensified within hours, triggering widespread police action, transport disruptions, and heightened public concern across the capital and beyond. According to early reports, large crowds gathered in multiple parts of London following online calls for protest that spread rapidly overnight. Demonstrators voiced anger over immigration policies, asylum housing, and economic pressures, with slogans and banners appearing in city centers and near key government buildings. As numbers swelled, authorities moved quickly, citing risks to public safety and the potential for unrest. By midday, police had begun restricting access to several major areas. Roads were blocked, public transport was suspended on select routes, and armed officers were deployed to protect infrastructure and prevent clashes. Helicopters circled overhead as officers formed cordons around sensitive locations. Officials described the measures as precautionary and necessary, emphasizing that the goal was to prevent violence and protect both protesters and the wider public. Eyewitnesses described a tense atmosphere, with chanting crowds facing long lines of police. While many demonstrators remained peaceful, isolated incidents of disorder were reported, including objects thrown and confrontations between rival groups. Authorities confirmed multiple arrests for public order offenses, warning that anyone engaging in violence would face swift legal consequences. The rapid pace of events has reignited a national debate over migration, border control, and social cohesion. Supporters of the protests argue that communities are under strain, citing housing shortages, pressure on public services, and concerns over integration. Critics, however, warn that such demonstrations risk inflaming tensions, spreading misinformation, and targeting vulnerable communities. Government officials responded within hours, urging calm and stressing that the UK remains a nation governed by the rule of law. Statements released from senior ministers emphasized that peaceful protest is a democratic right, but disorder and intimidation would not be tolerated. They also reiterated commitments to review migration policy, enforcement, and asylum processing while condemning hate-driven rhetoric. As news spread, similar demonstrations were reported in other cities, though on a smaller scale. Police forces nationwide were placed on alert, coordinating intelligence and monitoring online channels for further mobilization. Security experts noted that social media has played a significant role in accelerating turnout, allowing protests to escalate far more quickly than in previous years. Communities caught in the middle expressed anxiety and frustration. Local residents reported businesses closing early and parents rushing to collect children from schools. Public transport users faced delays and cancellations, while tourists found themselves stranded as popular areas were temporarily shut down. City officials urged residents to avoid affected zones and rely on official updates. Human rights organizations also weighed in, calling for restraint from all sides and reminding authorities of the importance of protecting lawful protest while safeguarding minority groups. They warned against collective blame and urged leaders to address concerns through dialogue rather than confrontation. As night approaches, uncertainty remains over how long restrictions will stay in place. Police commanders indicated that operations would continue as long as necessary, with decisions based on crowd behavior and intelligence assessments. Emergency services remain on standby, and additional officers have been drafted in to maintain order. This developing situation underscores the depth of feeling surrounding migration in the UK and the speed at which tensions can spill into the streets. The coming hours will be critical in determining whether calm can be restored or whether protests will spread further. Authorities continue to urge the public to stay informed through verified sources and to prioritize safety. We will continue to monitor events as they unfold and bring you the latest confirmed updates as soon as they become available. This is Power and Policy UK, keeping you informed as power shifts and policies unfold. If you value clear, fast UK news, subscribe and stay ahead of the story.